Rapping Reason podcast with Dr. Jeremy C. McCool and Earl Hopkins.
We're back for episode 34, Rapping Reason. My name is Earl Hopkins, and we have a special guest this episode while Dr. McCool is in Spain with a group of students, man. Introduce yourself.
What's good, y'all? My name is F.A., a.k.a. Chief Fomo. No, but I'm just one of Earl's good friends. You know, I'm a young lover of music. You know what I'm saying? He just asked me to join, sub in this week. So, you know, I got him today.
Yes, sir. And you make your own music, bro. That got to be emphasized because, like, you actually make fire records, bro. We got to talk about that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So I've been, like, making music. I've been, like, interested in just making music in general for, like, years now. I just started actually being real consistent with it last year. I love to make, like, Afrobeat music. I love to make hip-hop, R&B. I like to tap into those lanes. Currently, you know, I'm just trying to, you know, curve into my own lane still. I feel like I haven't really found my, like, pocket yet. So I'm just, you know, I make beats a lot. You know what I'm saying? I also just, you know, write. So I still need to drop some more. So more coming on the way soon in the future.
Yeah, man. You got a couple of records that I think if heard more widely, bro, it would take over a whole summer. Like, you got a couple of those records, man.
It could, for real. I appreciate that.
Oh, for sure. And, like, my whole question to you, too, is, like, you balance it while being an engineer. People don't realize how tough it is, like, pursuing, like, other passions while you're working a full-time job, like adulting, bro. Like, it's crazy. How do you manage the balance, bro?
Man, it's hard, man. It's very hard. Honestly, it's like, I feel like, though, as you like get older, you kind of like fall into this mindset of, like, you gotta spend your, like, free time doing the things that you love. Like, you can't just be sitting around doing nothing. You know what I'm saying? So, like, instead of doing that, just work on what you like to do. Also just find people that do the same stuff so that you guys can work together, because working together on things that you love with people who share the same interests is honestly, like, that's what's fun at an older age, you know, when you're adulting and all that stuff. So honestly, I look forward to doing that, like, with my free time. So it's definitely hard to, like, truly go 100%, but you know what I'm saying? You just gotta do what you gotta do, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And someone who, like, I admire, not necessarily for the hoop skills or or rapping skills altogether, bro, but I appreciate it is someone like GELO Ball, bro. So he got another record.
Right.
We already know he had that hit, like, you know what I'm saying, earlier this year, bro. But how do you feel about this follow-up record with Glorilla? What is this joint called? Can You Please? How do you feel about that record, especially after the follow-up?
Hey, it's another banger, man. It's another banger.
Another one. Okay.
LeVar Ball 3 for 3. He 3 for 3 with his kids, man.
Yo, he is, bro. Like, that's what people keep saying, and I get it. Like, I'm listening to this record. I'm not gonna lie. I don't love it. Okay, I'll just say it. But what I do like, though, I love the fact that he tapped another, like, a legitimate artist, like, in a Glorilla who's on fire, who's scorching too, as well as him, for this record, and it has, like, that same sound. I feel like he's really carving out a lane for himself, and that I can't hate on. Like, that I can appreciate, bro. Like, that old. How would you describe this sound, bro? I don't really know how to describe it.
It's just like, it's kind of, it reminds me, like, Dirty South, kind of, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's just, it's really good. Like, it's funny because he's, like, from LA, so, like, it's kind of weird how he has that style, but honestly, it works. It works a lot. Like, he dropped Tweaker, and then he got Lil Wayne on a remix with that one too. I just think, like, I think what he's doing right now is really good because he's letting the internet kind of market his music for him. He's not like, he has that kind of, like, a little bit of that, like, unknown factor to him, which is like kind of good. And it's just like, it's crazy how he's just like, I think Tweaker, obviously, like, that one is just, that blew up crazy. Can You Please is like, it was a great snippet. I don't think Glorilla did her, like, best work on that
she
song.
Phoned that
personally.
one in. I'm gonna be honest.
Exactly. So
a little bit.
But it was just like, you know, he got Glorilla on the track. Like, that's still, like, something. You know what I mean? And then like, I've heard other snippets too. Man, I think he got it, but I do think he needs to, like, look forward to dropping a project soon, because this whole like I don't think the internet could carry you for so long personally.
I don't think so. I think it comes to a dead end. Like we've seen so many artists build momentum online, and a lot of those artists, for better or worse, we really haven't heard from them as much, or they haven't kept up with that same momentum. So I think like a small LP, for example, like give us like just 5 to 6 joints, like in a small dose or small package. Like I think that can work. I don't know if a full like album will work necessarily at this given time, because I still think he has like some developing to do. Obviously, I'm not an A&R of a label, but I can see like the potential though. I can see the potential, and I think like this way he's going about it works because he seems like a relatively like I watched the Ball show like on the Facebook.
I did too. I did too.
Bro. Yeah, I was addicted to that junk. So he was always kind of like a relatively quieter dude, and I think that shows. Like you can see that in his performances. He's not like the most, you know what I mean? Like he's just not seasoned yet. So I think a little bit more time, I think he'll be prime. Now, let me ask you this. Does he have longevity? If he continues to go this route, or maybe he drops a body like a full project or what have you, does he have longevity in the game?
I think it's a possibility. I'm not going to cut him short. Like like I said, like kind of like I like your kind of input on it when you say like he needs to drop like a little like LP, maybe not like a full blown album, but he needs to. I think he could still ride this wave of just like the internet dragging his music like crazy. Yeah. He can still like drop like these singles here and there before he like drops like an LP, but it needs to happen this year. That's one. And two, it's like because like right now it's not like he's about to go on tour or nothing with 2 songs or anything. Like,
right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't even think he could really like headline a tour or like a festival. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? He could definitely be on the main stage with those 2 songs though. Like I think
he could though.
Possible.
He could, yeah.
So like, but like, you know what I'm saying? I think it's possible that he could. It's just he has to be consistent. He has to like. I think he really needs to like learn at least a little bit about the music marketing, because now I just think that the internet is kind of like doing it for him. So like if he learns a little bit about it, you know what I'm saying, maybe just like still tries to get features here and there, you know what I'm saying? I think he got it eventually, but like, you know, you never really know. But I think I'm not going to cut him short, you know.
Exactly. And I'm kind of on the same wavelength for real, because like there's been so many artists, like I'd be embarrassed to tell you how many I've gotten wrong, where I'm like, nah, that's a 1-hit wonder, that's a 2-hit wonder, and then they turn out to be like generational talents. Like I didn't feel that way about I'll just say, who cares? I didn't feel that way about a Lil Uzi Vert, but I did feel that way about a Trippie Redd. I'm like, like I don't really see it, like for real. And what's crazy is I don't like, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't remember Trippie having like a song as widely consumed as a Tweaker, but still I was just like, I don't really see it. You know what I mean? Like there's a lot of I don't see it. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't see Lil Tecca. I'm gonna keep it a beam. I didn't see Lil Tecca really like developing his sound the way he did. Was I wrong? Yes, I was very wrong, bro. So I hope to see the same with GELO. What I do like too, people don't talk about this enough, is LiAngelo produced this one too. So like it's a real brotherly type of like thing going on. Wait, did I say
no, yeah, you said LiAngelo.
I'm mixing up the brothers.
Lonzo
produced this one too.
Okay, I didn't know he produced.
I don't know if he produced Tweaker too. So I don't know if he did the cover art for this one, but like it's a real brotherly affair, bro. You got to appreciate that from the big baller like crew.
Exactly. That whole camp, you know what I'm saying? He getting his kids right. So
yeah, father, bro. People don't. My man may have like had his leg amputated and everything. He's still all smiles. LeVar Ball, I'm talking about, like all smiles, bro. So like, regardless of how you feel about him as like a person, like him as a father, bro, you gotta commend it, dog. Like, how can you hate
you really
that?
Do. Right, you know what I'm saying? He's just doing what is right, you know. So
absolutely. And you talked about like the internet, using the internet to really fuel like your success musically, as a personality, what have you. Now let's talk about Black Boy Max, bro. He got a new record with Skepta, Less is More. What was your first reaction when you heard this, John? Because you're a big Black Boy Max fan.
I'm like fanatic, you know what I'm saying? I love like I just love his whole ascension in the streaming world, because I've been paying attention to Max since like 2022. I'll be honest, Like I
Mm-hmm.
kind of do the same thing with music like I do with streamers, because like I've been a gamer for like years. So like I like to like look at a streamer's career and kind of like predict where they're gonna go. When I first like saw Max, I was like, I didn't really like him that much because he was like much
Mm-hmm.
younger, and he was just a very
Oh.
opinionated person. So
Mm-hmm.
like I was just like, he's just a young dude with a lot of opinions and stuff. But then
Yeah.
like when it came to like 2022, I kind of saw like what he was doing with the streaming world. Like he was actually curving his own lane out. You know what I'm saying, with the
Mm-hmm.
music. He wasn't really
Yeah.
like getting the artist, but he was adding the music element to his streams. So I was just
Mm-hmm.
like, I can kind of see where this is going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And now he's like literally in the UK working with artists. Like it's crazy. And honestly, that less is more. I literally watched the stream live, and while I was watching it being made, I was just like, this man Skepta. I mean, he's the GOAT. I think he's the GOAT of UK artists, like UK rappers.
Yeah.
Like
I think that's valid.
he's just like his cadence, his flow, it's just so like trademark to who he is. And
Mm-hmm.
like hearing it like and actually watching it happen live, it was crazy. I was just like,
That
damn,
has to
these
be
dudes
crazy.
are really so talented, you know?
Yeah, and
Mhm.
and that's what I like seeing out of Black Boy Max. That's what I like. I'm not as hip to the streamer game as you, honestly. Like, of course, we all everybody watch Kai Cenat. You know what I'm saying? Whatever
Mhm.
guest he has on, or him just solo, like because they're just
Yeah.
truly entertaining. It's entertaining in a different way. And
Mhm.
what I love about Black Boy Max is he leverages what he's built as like just a personality.
Mhm.
And like streamlining the music alongside of it, bro. So the fact that you can even say you watch like a song, like a record, like from
Yeah.
scratch, like from ground zero
Yeah.
into now, like is crazy. And
Yeah.
Skepta for me, like people can argue gigs, they can argue a few other like UK rappers, but I think honestly, I think Skepta probably is at the top for me as
Yeah.
well.
Mhm.
And so this record when it came along, bro, listen to it. I'm like, okay, like it's something a slightly left field for me. Like when I first heard it, I was like, I don't really know.
Mhm.
But as it got into the record, I was like, okay, I could see why these two like even came together. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I think it's a
Mhm.
solid record, and I think it's a solid collaboration, bro. I'm interested to see who else Black Boy Max like collaborates with next.
Yeah.
What are some of your favorite records by Max too?
By Max, just in
Yeah,
general.
yeah,
Obviously you gotta throw in Pink Dreads. I think Pink Dreads
Pink
with him
Dress,
and
of
Dee
course.
Dre, that one's just a
Hmm.
banger. I love Man of the Year with him and Uno the Activist.
That's my
That
favorite
one's
one.
really good. He has this
Mhm.
one song that isn't dropped yet, but I think it's just getting like cleared. It's with like 41 Bay Swag. I forget
Mm.
who else is on the song, but like it's called Four Doors, and like he always
Okay.
plays it on his stream. It's so good. Like it's just like a chill
Mm.
vibe. Like it's so good. Um, what other songs has he made? He's made like he's just like and he also has like the Song Wars thing too, where like
Oh yeah,
he has like artists literally come together and like battle like which song is the
yeah.
better song, and like a lot
Mm.
of good songs come out of that as well. So I just
Mm.
think that like it's crazy. It's like he really just like generates a lot of good songs, and also he creates like he like literally puts artists on a mainstream. Like there's this
Yeah.
one artist that I tried to show y'all last year, Laser Dim. Like he literally came. I know he's like like he's a different type of taste, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But he
yeah, yeah.
literally ascended because of Max. Like I literally watched it happen.
Mm.
He like
Mhm.
he was in a Song Wars. People were just like he won the Song Wars because people were just like he never heard nothing like this. It was crazy. So then he won, and then like now he's just on tour. He's making songs with hella people. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that's just
Crazy.
another example. I forget. I think it's called Lace Max. He has a song with Max on it,
Okay.
and that
Yeah.
song I really like a lot too. He also made a song with Trippie Redd too recently. I forget what it's called, but I really like it too. But
That's fire,
yeah,
bro.
so yeah, he makes a lot of good songs. He doesn't really actually make the beats though, but he just engineers the songs,
Oh.
which is like really nice.
Yeah, that's an important
Hmm.
element too. And the fact that he's doing it again, showing like that type of like, because like we're at a point in social media, right? Like where everybody wants the in on everything you do, but yet and still like people like rappers in the past would show you a snippet, That's all you really getting. They'll show you a picture of like Young Thug or like Gunna in the studio, but it's not like really drawing like consumers in. So the fact that streamers are like doing that, like showing you how like an actual record is created, not just any record, but a solid record they actually going to put out in real time too. Like, you know what I mean? Not showing you something, a preview of something 6-9 months or a year down the road. So like, like I think for me, I think that's the future of all artists. I think they're eventually, we already know a few artists that are already doing it, like doing the streaming thing, and connecting with their fans on a deeper level. But do you see this as a real route for like young artists like a Laser, what's his name? Laser Dim?
Laser Dim, yeah.
Yeah, like do you see it as an actual pathway for young artists to like really blow up? Not just like pop in on the track or whatever, but actually like rise.
Yeah, like I think it's a nice catalyst for sure. I think it'll be kind of hard because at the end of the day, like from like a perspective of like building from the ground up, that's gonna be always difficult. But like hopping on somebody's stream who's already popping and like getting put on that way, it's like it's already happening. It's literally already happening right now. Like I think that is like really important. I think it's really like it's taking over. Like I try to tell people because like Twitch has this kind of like I guess negative connotation around it, negative like look on it as if like people who watch it like they have no lives and stuff like that. But
or they're straight incels.
Like Twitch is just modern day TV. People don't really realize that. That's just what it is. So like when there's like say like 50,000 people watching you literally like play a song and everybody in the chat is messing with it, like you're gonna gain some traction from that. It's just math at that point. So like, you know, I think it's definitely a catalyst for sure. And honestly, it's amazing because the viewers get to learn something from it as well. Like I'm a viewer. So like I look and I watch these songs be created. I'm just like I'm literally learning. Like when he was on a stream with like Cash Cobain and all that. Remember the whole like Lil TJ coming in causing havoc. But he was on it with Cash Cobain. Cash Cobain, he's a producer. I'm literally watching him put the beat together. And I'm just like, oh, I'm literally learning, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that stuff is gonna literally leave like a mark on a lot of viewers and young people who are inspired to make music. So I think like this whole new wave of what Black Boy Max is doing, I think is huge.
I think it's huge, bro. Like people are already doing it. It's the future. People got to tap in. Like if you have negative thoughts about like Twitch, just download it, bro. Like it'll change your whole perception of it, honestly.
Exactly, because I feel like a lot of people just see the clips and they're just like, who will watch this? But it's like it's just out of context. Like it's on, and like Twitch is like something. It's like you don't have to be glued to the TV the whole time. It's just like have it in the background. It's just like literally having a TV show in the background. It's just like that's what it is. It's just something to entertain you for a little bit. So I think, like I said, like trying to like put the music part into it, I think it's huge right now.
I think so, bro. And if you are old, young dude like me, bro, like if you're reluctant to, again, like just when you think you won't get addicted to it, you will, bro. Like, like you will. It'll be background music. It'll then be a daily, almost essential, bro.
Yeah, like literally, like I watch it every day. I can't even lie. Like it's. I think Twitch is probably like out of all like social media platforms and everything, like it's probably like my most used, honestly. Because like I still game too. Like I watch people game. Yeah. And then, like, when I want to get entertained, I want to, like, watch an entertainer. But, like, if I'm trying to learn how to be better at a video game, I watch a person play a video game. Like, it's just, it's like you learn. I feel like Twitch is, like, you learn a lot from it. So that's why I watch it mainly.
Yo, an embarrassing thing I used to do when I was, like, actually gaming, bro. I haven't gamed in probably, like, a decade, bro. I ain't gonna lie. But, like, I used to be in the Arkham Asylum games, bro. Batman. Okay. Yeah. Dog, I would watch people play the games, like all the games in the series for hours on end, bro. For me, man. I was like, yo, this is like a movie dang near. Like, it's crazy. But, yeah, I can see how Twitch could blow up. I see how artists can blow up from Twitch and just being – like transparent, bro. Like there's a level, different level of transparency. Obviously, Kai is doing something he's like staging like prison like stuff.
Yeah.
Like, you feel me? Like, it's levels for show.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
People don't realize how much like people really invest into their craft on that platform as well. Like, these streams are not like cheap for these people. You know what I'm saying? They're spending a lot of money to entertain people. So like, you know, when you're investing to do something like that, you should expect like thousands of people to be watching it. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
I just love Twitch. Like, I'm a huge fan of it. Really.
Yeah. What other like streamers are like, as far as musicians you tap into? Like, I was watching DDG make records with like Bia and stuff. I was like, yo, this is fire.
Yeah.
Like, who else, like, aside from Max, do you like really tap into?
Honestly, like, people, it's funny because like eventually there's gonna be a lot of like Max clones out there, right? But like, I don't think anybody truly has popped off in that yet. I still watch a couple music streamers. One's name is Oddwin. There's a guy named Oddwin. He basically does, like, he kind of like just listens to viewers' music and like just rates it kind of. And sometimes he like makes tracks too. I think he's made a track with like Benny X, but he kind of makes like troll music a little bit.
Yeah.
And then I watch people like T Grizzly, but he don't make music on the stream. He
don't make music, bro. And he's the first artist that I knew that was really tapped into the streaming, like, period. Like, you know what I mean? And he's been talking about how much money he gets from it for years. Like, he's like, yo, if you really want to expand your fan base, come over here. And people are like slowly trickling in. Like, obviously certain big name artists, they'll hop in like someone else's, like a Kai or like a Max's stream, you know what I mean? Like 5 Foreign, of course, like we already know. Most know what happened with that situation, but like, it's the path, bro. It's the future, man. Like,
I believe so too.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna throw you a curveball because we didn't talk about this pre-pod, but like, so I just read a story about Doechii, TDE artist, for those that don't know, won a Grammy for I think best new like artist, like, or what was it? She won a Grammy though. That's
I think it was the best rap album, right? Or something like that.
Best rap album, I think it was.
Yeah.
If my memory serves me correct. And so Billboard named her Woman of the Year. And recently Lauryn Hill actually like kind of like solidified her as like the next one up. How do you feel about receiving like a Doechii period, but also receiving praise from someone who's highly heralded within rap, like a Lauryn Hill, like actually giving her praise? Like, how do you feel about that?
I think that's huge, honestly. Like, I just kind of recently got hip to Doechii. I kind of didn't know that she was making music for so long.
Yeah.
But, I heard what was it, like the Alligator Bites, or is it Crocodile Tears? I don't know what it's called. What's the album called?
Bro, combined 3 different.
Alligator
Bites don't heal. Yeah.
Okay. So that, I heard that album and I was like, wow, this girl's very like creative. I can see why she's a TDE artist. You know what I'm saying? She won rap album of the year at the Grammys. I think that's huge. Like, she's on a crazy run right now that I'm seeing. I think it's kind of just like, I don't really even know what to really think about it, because like I haven't really processed it too much. But I did see the whole Lauryn Hill situation where she was getting praised, basically getting co-signed by Lauryn Hill, who's obviously like a legend. You know what I'm saying? So honestly, is she the best female rapper in the world right now?
That's the hot question, though. That's a hot question.
I don't know, man. I don't know if I can really say that right now, though.
I think, like, okay. So I feel a couple ways about that. First of all, like, getting praise from Lauryn Hill is like top tier, because I don't hear Lauryn Hill really praise anyone. Like, to be honest, woman or anything else, like within rap. So that's amazing. I can say that would I list Doechii as like my top woman artist right now? I would have to say no, but that's only because other artists like a Megan Thee Stallion, like a Lotto, like a who else? Yo? Yeah, like they have more of a they have like a way larger sample size. You feel me? Like she's done features. The first time I heard Doechii was on Smino's album Love for Rent back in 2022. But I haven't like really followed her up until her like album drop. this past fall. So when I heard it, I was like, yo, where has she been? Why haven't I like dug into her music that much more or deeper? But I can say, like, as far as talent goes, I think she's as talented as any female rapper in the industry right now, period. She has the personality. She has like the versatility. She can rap circles around most MCs, period, male or female. And again, she's just got that star power, bro. So I understand why like a Lauryn Hill would actually, I think Lauryn Hill is the most talented because she could rap and sing. Like, but yeah, like I understand why a Lauryn Hill co-signed her, bro. Like it's undeniable talent on Doechii's side. Yeah.
Yeah. I feel like because Doechii, she's kind of like curving her own lane. I feel like it's not really curving her own lane though, because I just think that like the market of female rap is saturated with the whole just provocativeness, and like Doechii kind of adds like just like, you know, I'm just a good rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm a good rapper, and like literally the numbers don't lie at the same time. So like I think that she's adding that element, so it's making her seem like she's just like one of the greatest right now. Which is like, it's not even like far-fetched for someone to say that, but like, you know, like, I don't know. It's really up to each his own situation. I think in that, I don't think you can really objectively say, you know, like, is she like the greatest female artist right now? Because honestly, like, I'm gonna put Glorilla in the conversation because Glorilla been going on a crazy run. It's crazy run. It's crazy right now. I can't even lie to you. So
yeah. I think Hold On by Glorilla probably was one of my favorite records of the year, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. Like, yeah, Glorilla she's different, bro. And she be bodying features. Every feature except for this GELO one. I'm not gonna lie. Again, I think she folded in, but I'm gonna give her some slack just because she been bodying stuff most of the year, the past year plus. So yeah, that's solid, man. All right, let's dig in because we're talking about a lot of artists. Obviously, we talked about Doechii, we talked about Black Boy Max, all of which are under 30, right? So for you, who are the top artists under 30? Because I was thinking about this like the other day, and I was just like, yo, obviously we review dozens of albums on this pod, but rarely do we give like true rankings of like current artists. It's always all time. It's always within a certain window. But as far as your favorite artists, like who are like some of them under 30? That's tough.
It's funny. It's tough because I don't know people's ages off rip, but
that's true.
Like I do, like you already know me. Like I love young artists. Like I try to discover the new talent all the time. Like I gotta obviously throw in Playboy Cardi. Like I just got
the first one off rip is great.
Cardi is. Everybody knows I'm a fiend for Cardi. Like Cardi, he. I think he might drop this Friday. He might, but I don't think so. I'm sleeping, but hey, I gotta throw Cardi in there at least.
Okay.
Initially. Other artists under 30, man.
Yeah, I can give you a quick list too. So there's Cash Cobain.
Cash Cobain, okay.
Jack Harlow. Bossman D-Lo. There's Baby King. I think Chief Keef just turned 30. NBA Youngboy.
Okay.
Sexy Red. V's, Detroit V's. That's, bruh, he might make my list, honestly.
Okay.
Doechii, obviously. Ken Carson. I know you love Ken Carson.
Ken
right?
Carson, yeah. Got throwing Ken Carson on my list.
Yeah. Little Baby is 30.
Okay.
Yachty. You love Yachty.
Yeah, I love Yachty too. I think Yachty's a great artist. Lotto's really good.
Central C, and then who else? Yo, Doja Cat, and then of course your boy Cardi. I think Cardi just turned 29? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, so I don't know. I like Ken Carson on that list, obviously. I guess we could throw Doechii on that list. She's going crazy right now.
Yeah, she's going crazy.
Yeah, I really respect Lotto too. Like Lotto, her music is a little too provocative for me, like a little too provocative, but she can rap. Like she can rap. I like her flow a lot. Like her flow is really good. And she just dropped that song with Cardi too. So you know,
she did.
She did brownie points with that one. Who else was on that list? I see Bossman D-Lo. I wouldn't put him on the list just yet.
Nah.
Yeah, like I like him, but it's like I need to hear more versatility from him a little bit.
That's especially when it comes to flow. Hold on, what's that dude? He's big too. Hold on, he from Texas. I want to say Maxo Cream, but that is not who I'm talking about. He younger. Big X the plug.
Okay, yeah. I've heard. I haven't really tapped in too much into his music.
Yeah,
but I know a lot of people really like him. Like, you know, I've heard he's got a huge fan base. So, you know, maybe he can be on that list too. I'm not too. I can't really speak on him too much because I don't really like listen to him a lot. But
yeah,
I definitely heard some things about him. Heard some buzz around his name. So
okay, that's fire. If I'm making my list, my shorthand list, it's kind of tough. Ironically, and this is in no order, and this may surprise people because he hasn't had the same momentum or maybe Billboard success or like the same like buzz necessarily. I'm putting Corday around the top. That's ironic.
Okay.
I think people would be surprised by that, but I just think like skill for skill, I think he can rap. I'll rap a lot of people, and he just reminds me of like some of my favorite artists. Like he reminds me, there's elements of him. There's elements of him that I see in Cole for sure. And I think it's because I think they both Carolina natives too, North Carolina natives, and I think that's why. But in a lot of Kanye in them. But so I'm putting Corday, I'm putting Big X the plug.
Okay.
I would be a fool not to put Doja Cat in there, bro. That might surprise me.
Yeah. Like
Doja
yeah, she definitely deserves to be in that list for sure.
Yeah, and if we want to talk versatility, she's versatile. Like, I forgot she was a rapper for a while, bro.
Exactly.
She was just making pop music, but pop music that was just hot. Do not like her performance at the Oscars. We can talk about that. But yeah, who else, yo? I'm putting Doechii in there. I'm going to put Central C, bro. I don't know why like people act like Central. He just dropped the album too, but people don't put enough respect on Central. Well, I can't even say that, bro. He's like one of the hottest out of
he's definitely
So yeah, those are the first names that come to mind, bro. I just feel like what I'm looking for in artists, I'm looking for them to be the total package by this point. Obviously, you know, certain artists come up at a certain period in their 20s, so you can't necessarily expect them to all be completely polished. But I look at Alado, who was really a child star and who's grown into like a full-fledged rapper as an adult, and I could say, oh, she has it. Like she has it all. So she makes my list off that basis alone because she can perform. She has some notable hits and everything else. And I look at a Jack Harlow, who's truly an all-arounder. Like, he deserves all the praise that he's gotten. I think I want to see him talk about a little bit more, not necessarily, he don't have to be, like, backpack rapper conscious-y, but, like, just delve into, like, his upbringing in Louisville a little bit deeper rather than just hitting the surface level. And I think I'll appreciate his music more. I think we all will. But as far as hits, he got them. So, yeah, like, the people I named can sell out at least, like, a stadium, maybe except for like a Corday maybe at this point, but I still think like he could be a top billing artist like in time. So yeah, that's my top rappers under 30, bro. Yeah,
that's crazy. You ain't put Cardi in there.
I'm not putting Cardi in there, bro. I want.
That's
so
wild.
What makes my list too is like you got to be active. Like he hasn't dropped an album in 5 years.
I don't think it matters though because he's still headlining festivals. Like he's still a headliner. Like you know what I mean? Like he's remained relevant without dropping. That's just crazy. Yeah. That's like a lot of people can't do that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Like that's a superpower. I will give it to him. He keeps the internet interested and curious, bro. Like right now, like dive into it a little bit deeper because it says that he has until Friday he has to drop or else he has to refund people.
I saw that.
Like merch they purchase, bro. Like how does that work?
Because like nowadays people like tie the album sales to merch. Like if you buy like a T-shirt, you also get the album type of thing. So if the album don't drop, then he gonna have to return about $1 million worth of merchandise, which is kind of crazy. I hope he drops. Honestly, I have no faith really, but hey, if it drops on the 14th, man, that's all I'm gonna listen to. Ain't nothing else I'm gonna listen to. Everything get put to the side. So,
and honestly, I can say the same thing. I can say that like my weekend, it'll be a Cardi weekend. I can say that. Literally. I can say that because I'm not gonna act like, okay, so the last album he dropped, December 25th, Christmas Day of 2020, right? Like a whole lot of red. That's what it was called. Am I tripping? Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm. And I hated it at first, bro. I hated it. But like all Cardi fans know, can't go off first list, bro.
Can't go off first list.
So if the album is anything like the records he's dropped, like what's the joint? Backrooms and like some of the other joints he dropped. Are you satisfied as a Cardi fan, or are you hoping it's something completely different? Like, what are you looking for in the Cardi project?
I'm satisfied because this new stuff is new. It's different. Yeah. Whole lot of red was like a lot of like the I guess like the baby voice a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but now it's like this is why I think Cardi is so great, because like he has like different personas within his music. Like you see his growth. Like I feel like his self-titled album was like very much so himself. Yeah. And then like when we go to Die Lit, it was more that rage, like kind of almost like a Travis Scott kind of like level of music.
Project.
Yeah. And then we go to a whole lot of red where he's just experimenting, but like it's like obviously like you said, a lot of people didn't like it when it first dropped.
Yeah,
but then it became like probably his most selling album like that he's dropped so far. And now we're going on to another experimental album. But I feel like this experimental album is much more mature than like any of the other like things that he's dropped. So like, because like you've heard like what's the one song with The Weeknd that he dropped? I forget what it's called.
But I know what record you're talking about.
Yeah. Like that song is good, and he has another song with The Weeknd that's supposed to be on the album as well. And like when you hear his new music, it sounds like it's obviously like it's Cardi, like he's like working on new stuff. Yeah. So like you hear timeless. It and you're like, timeless. You hear it, you're just like, this is incredible. Like not only is he like using his regular voice, it almost sounds like he's not even using auto-tune in these records. But then he's also having like this new deep voice that he's added to his bag, which is just sounding like crazy. And it's just like, I think it's gonna make for a great album, in my opinion. I think it's gonna be another classic. Like he hasn't missed on an album. He hasn't. So I don't think he's gonna miss here, personally.
I am music. I don't know, man. Like Cardi again is like an interesting case study because it's rare, bro. It's rare for an artist, especially that even still makes his kind of music. Maybe not necessarily exactly, because of course there's Cardi clones, like people inspired. Like I think Ken Carson, among many people, is partly inspired. I think Yeat is inspired by Cardi a lot too. It's rare for someone to disappear for 5 years, and he's put out songs. Don't get me wrong, but as far as a body, like a full project, he hasn't done that for a while. But I think that's a testament to like youth culture and how well he's captured it, bro. Because he got me. I'm almost 30 and I'm raging like when a new Cardi drops. So he's doing something right, bro. Like you know what I mean. I know my co-host Dr. McCool does not feel this way at all. Like, let's not talk about Cardi at all. Right. Understood. Like he got a specific lane and it works, bro. For certain people, for me, it worked at Die Lit. Like I listened to that album every day. I was interning in LA back in 2018. That's a fact. So if he comes out with something, I'm not expecting it to be like super. You can't expect it to be super lyrical and conscious. And all that. No. You expect to have a good time with it. So.
Exactly, for sure, on it.
Yeah, man. Let's dive into it. So another artist, man, that I've long admired. Obviously, this is just strictly music, not personal. Like as far as what he's got going on a personal level, I can't really condone. But as far as music, we can talk music. This is what this podcast, Rap and Reason, is about. So let's talk about the Tory Lanez new album. Recorded every element of this from jail. The new album, Peterson. What did you feel, or how did you feel? What did you think when you first heard this album by Tory?
Honestly, like, first of all, I'd just like to say, like, when it comes to Tory Lanez, like, I'm one of those guys that I haven't like truly gravitated towards Tory Lanez, like since he's like been out. Like, he's been an artist, a well-known artist since I was in high school. Like, I like his music, but I feel like his demographic is more for the ladies. That's kind of like how I like view him as an
I can see that.
artist. But like at the same time, he's still one of those artists where it's just like I'm gonna tap into some of his songs, and when I tap in, I'm just like, this guy's extremely talented. Like, I literally look at, I listen, I'm just like, this dude can rap. He can also harmonize. Like, he's got it. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's undeniable. So I listened to this album. It's crazy how people can make albums from jail. I just want to say
It's
that.
wild.
Like I feel like when you hear the album, you can kind of tell that it's not studio quality. Like, just a little bit. Like, you can like you can put as many plugins on the vocals as much. You could like edit the vocals even like to tune them and things like that. But still, it's just a microphone. I could just tell that it was recorded on a phone. Like, I can tell it. But I think it's crazy how he can time it with the beat. I don't understand that element. Like, because I've seen videos of him rapping in a phone, and I'm just like, there's no beat though. Like how is he doing it? But still, like, I listened to the album. Off rip initially, I wasn't really liking the first couple of songs. It wasn't until that Verdict Day hit where I was just like, oh, okay, now it's hitting. Now I understand it. And I think the whole second half of the album was very palatable. Like, I really enjoyed it a lot. But the first half, so it was like the first half, I wasn't really enjoying it too much. But then when that second half came in, I was like, okay, it's crazy how you can still remain to be like this artistic with like while being in jail. Like, but I will say I wasn't really also a fan of like how a lot of the songs were like 2-part songs. I didn't really like that. I feel like he did that too much in the album. But overall, I think it was good. It was solid. I don't know. I don't know if I can really compare it to any of his other albums, but I mean, I thought it was good. It was great.
Yeah, like, I feel like almost the same way. I think the only difference is I did like a lot of the songs at the top. Like, I like Nine Side, Guide Me Through the Storm, Free Me. I actually like Free Me. Like, I didn't like it on first listen, but like by the third time I was like, okay, it makes sense why this is right here and it's on the album in general. So like, I was kind of rocking with it, and I think you're right. I think when Verdict Day and Lawyer Fees really, the interlude really like popped in, that's when things were in full motion. That's when things really kicked in the second and third gear for me, like sonically. Because like when you first listen to it, you're like, this isn't like the quality of sound I'm accustomed to. So it's an adjustment. And then once you kind of grasp and wrap your head around the fact that, bro, like he recorded this from prison, like on a phone, like of course it's not going to be up to quality, right? Then it kind of settles in and the music can kind of hit a little differently for me. And so, bro, I like a good majority of these songs. I'm not gonna lie, like Charlie Rowe, like TDF, like all the way, really all the way to Free Tory. Like, I really like most of these songs, bro. My only critique, and it's the same as yours. Some of these songs are just too long, or they're just unnecessarily broken into 2 parts. I don't really know. I think that's the deficit of not being in studio with the producer, not working, like having as much freedom literally to like really tweak certain records in real time before they drop. Because I think most producers, or maybe even Tory himself, will work in the studio after listening to this like a number of times and be like, let's just cut this short. Let's cut the second verse, or let's just have the second part be a separate thing, or let's not even include it on the album in general, because this album is an hour and 20 minutes. Like, it's long enough. Length is not an issue. You know what I mean? So I feel like he could have cut them. But what I really admire about this most, not necessarily the situation that put him in jail, but just kind of the transparency he shows, like with talking about how he's looking through the jail like bars and like looking at the moon, or you know what I mean? He got some sillier stuff, like he messed with like a woman like
A lady cop.
Yeah, a lady cop, like a bro, whatever. I was
Yeah.
like, you probably lying.
I like that song though. That was actually one of my favorite songs.
It is mine too, but it's
Yeah.
you know. So I like
Yeah.
some of these records. How did you feel about Verdict Day when he really died? Because he dies deep, bro. You hit me on the side and was like, "Yo, he really don't care."
Yeah, like I it's true. I don't think he cares. He was calling out his own lawyers, saying like
His own
they
counsel,
were
bro.
two-sided. You know what I'm saying? Taking deals, talking about the judge, how send that dinner with the prosecutors, and like I don't know, man. I don't know what to believe. I'm honestly a person when it comes to like these big court cases. I don't really pay attention. I'm just like, are you guilty or are you not? Like that's just what I try to figure out. They found him guilty. I think 10 years is crazy. I don't know what he really did, but 10 years is crazy. But I mean, I guess I feel him a little bit because he's definitely going through it. Somehow made an album about it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, hey, he definitely went there and made his case. So
yeah. And I like this sound from him. Like, to be honest, I like this sound. Like, it reminds me of the new Toronto 3, where it's just like darker, it's broodier. Or even like, I believe not Daystar. What was his other project? It was a project that followed the Megan like situation immediately afterwards. Whatever the name is escaping me of the project, but I love, ironically, like obviously I don't love the situation, but I love that sound where it's just darker. He can really get into his bag, but he can also
I know what you're talking about. Is it called Sorry for What?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But he can also dive into like his R&B-esque bag too. Like when it comes to talent, bro, I think very few artists, male rappers, are as talented as Tory Lanez, bro. Like I really do. It's a shame what happened, honestly. But as far as like this project, man, I think it's showing remnants of what he could have been or can be upon his release, whenever that may be. I don't, his fandom is kind of all over the place for me, but I understand why they would be connected to his music, because even in jail, even through recording on a cell phone, bro, or whatever apparatus you're recording music from, and somehow making it work. I could see why he was once a star in this game, bro. Like he's up there.
Yeah, you can definitely tell that like it's his passion too, because like to do it from jail, to make an hour and 20 long album from jail is like that's work.
Crazy.
Like, that's work. Like it's crazy. And honestly, I kind of like the ending, the free Tory too, when he was like thanking all the people that kind of helped him throughout the whole like sentence, and like sending him like I heard like magazines, books, and like messages and notes and stuff like that. I think that's kind of cool. Like I guess that's like a cool element of being in prison, but like I guess that stuff really motivated him to make this. So I know like his fans definitely enjoy him for this. But yeah, I think the album was solid. I think it was solid. I don't know how do you rate it between like his other past projects? Because I'm not like the hugest Tory Lanez fan, but I'm like one of the fans that just like taps into a couple songs here and there.
Yeah. So where this ranks for me as far as albums, I'm putting this. Ironically, I'm probably putting this below Daystar. So I would say like it's good. Like I liked his debut album, Daystar, but I would put it just under it. Not that it's like bad. It's just like you only dealt with you only have so much control over it creatively. And it just doesn't. I probably won't revisit it that much as his other albums, even the one, the 1980s like synth pop one, Live at Prom, or whatever that one is called. The name is escaping me, but I would say like probably under Daystar, so probably somewhere towards the bottom, but not to like shun it. It's just like you can only do so much. Oh yeah, you're not as familiar with this sound. But, yeah. What other like Tory like songs or like projects have you heard though?
Honestly, like the Sorry for What that I just mentioned, he has a song where it's like bad bees work at Taboo or something like that.
Oh yeah.
Have you heard that joint? Like that joint is crazy. Like I heard that album, or I heard that song specifically on that album. I was just like, that was one of the ones I was just like, yeah, this man is absolutely talented. Like it's crazy.
It's crazy. And I actually got it wrong. Not his debut album. His debut album is I Told You. So I will put it under I Told You, not Daystar. Daystar is the album he dropped after the Megan Thee Stallion thing. So I messed that all up, but definitely.
Yeah, but I like that song a lot. There's another song, I don't know the name, I can't tell you the title of it, but there's another song that I heard like maybe like a year ago that I really liked by Tory Lanez. I don't remember what album it was from, but he had like some line about Shaq at the free throw. So it was funny.
Okay.
I don't remember what it is, but like I like that song a lot too. But I don't, like I said, I'm not like the deepest Tory Lanez fan, but I know he's talented for sure. Like it's there
for sure. And another artist who said that he has like, I think he said he has 30 plus like albums recorded in jail, and that's R. Kelly. And obviously we're not going to dive into that too much for reasons. My co-host is like a Chicago native, so for him, like as an artist, like Kells is, one of the GOATs, but we don't condone anything. But like I bring him up to like bring up one final topic for the pod. It's just like, how do you, because me and McCool have talked about this in the past, how do you separate the artist from the art? Like, is that something that you always struggle with, or you find it easy to do, especially within rap? Like, how do you manage to separate the two?
Personally, like I've always found it very easy to do so. Like I realized that, because like the main thing about it is like I don't know these artists personally. You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like they're my friends. It's not like they're my family or anything like that. They're nobody in my community for real. Maybe like an online community, but like nothing nothing that's actually close ties. So anytime like I see an artist do something bad, but they're like such a great artist, it's kind of easy for me to just disassociate who that person is from what he like does, like in terms of like artistry. So obviously, like I know a lot of these artists are very much so not great people, but sometimes it's just like I don't know, like their art definitely like makes an impact still. Like just because they're not the greatest person doesn't mean that their art can't impact people, is what I'm trying to say. So I've always kind of thought that, like honestly, dating back to people like XXX Tentacion, he was like a dude that was very huge in terms of like people not liking him because of like his character. But it was, I don't know, it's just, I feel like it's just been pretty easy for me. Like I'm a person that really likes I really like the SoundCloud era, and a lot of those people aren't good people. so like it was just, I guess it was just always kind of been easy for me. Like I like to block out the whole like mob mentality on the internet. You know what I'm saying? Just form my own opinions. I've always been that way anyway. So it's always been kind of easy for me to really separate the two.
I would. It's been challenging for me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Like it was even like kind of challenging to listen to the Tory album, only because I'm just like, I feel wrong doing this. And to be candid too, I think it has a lot to do with like being swayed by cancel culture in a way. It almost makes you feel like you're wrong for listening to a Ye or like listening to certain artists. But the reality is like we pick and choose every day. Like there's certain, I remember like even now, right? There's like a people aren't shopping at Target. It's like a Target like jump where people are deciding not to do it for like whatever reason, right? Bro, I went to Target Sunday, like, because I wanted some cold espresso, like. Literally. So, like, we all pick and choose, you know what I'm saying? And so, I would be a fool or a hypocrite to act like I go about that all the time. I even listen to a Tory album for the podcast, obviously. So, I already sold myself on that front, but like, I'll be candid, like, I still listen to a Ye, and I hate what he's doing, like, you know what I mean, and what he's saying. Roman Polanski is the worst human on earth to me. I'll still watch Rosemary's Baby like annually, probably once a year, because I think it's just a great movie. So I think it's easy to separate it when you understand like you're not sponsoring these people by just consuming their art. Like whatever dollars it may make them, who freaking cares? What this artist is doing for me at the time is a self fulfilling thing. Like, you know what I mean? Like I'll listen to a College Dropout because I want to that day. You know, so I think it's some artists make it harder than others for sure. But I think ultimately it gets easier when you block out, like you said, bro, just internet culture out of it. When you get that out of the mix, it's easier, I think.
Yeah. I agree. Like obviously I'm gonna listen to a Kanye album. If he drops something new, like I know he's I don't even know what he on right now. But
honestly, bro,
once that Bully drop, I'm definitely gonna tap play on it. Like
for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna boycott what he does, like in terms of art, because of who he is. So I just think that it's not really hard. Like it's much easier if you don't like the artist already,
right?
But if you like the artist and he does something that you don't agree with, I don't think that makes you a bad person for continuing to listen to his art. I just don't think so. Yeah. I don't think it should even like paint some image about yourself because you're listening to other people who have done wrong. You know what I'm saying? I just don't think that I don't think that correlates in my head. Like it's very easy for me to separate the two personally. So
exactly. And like you said, bro, it's even if you were on the side where I'm not listening to anybody that does anything foul, I urge you to like look at your like past liked songs. Guarantee you there's somebody with a record on it. So like it was done something a little left of what you would consider like moral or whatnot. And secondly, it's easier to do it like if you're a Tekashi 6ix9ine. I don't like your music anyway. So like I'm not gonna listen even if I had to, bro. Like I wouldn't even do that for homework for rapping reasons. So yeah, I think you're right, bro. I think you're right, man. But listen, bro, this is like we finally got one of my guys on here, bro. An artist himself, a multifaceted dude. So thank you, FA, for hopping on the pod, bro. This was a good one, man.
Hey, honestly, it was a pleasure. Like I've been tuning in to these podcasts for months now. You know what I'm saying? I try to tune in as much as I can, but I definitely look at all the TikTok reels, the shorts, everything. Try to support my boy here and try to support Mr. or Dr. McCool. I haven't met him yet, but you know what I'm saying? I really love the work that you guys put in. You know what I'm saying? I like seeing my guys do what they love to do. So
yes, sir, man. Likewise, bro. Keep putting out them records, man. You need to take over a couple summers from now on, bro. Like I need to see it. I need to see it, man.
Yeah, I gotta go. You know what I'm saying? More work on the way. You know what I'm saying? All right. Peace out.
Rap and Reason Podcast with Dr. Jeremy C. McCool and Earl Hopkins.